On May 15th, Interior Secretary David Bernhardt will testify before this committee for the first time as head of the Interior Department. This committee has a lot of questions for him, and we hope you'll watch our hearing online at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday at the address on your screen. First up, we need to know whether he's going to take climate change seriously. Since the beginning of the Trump administration, our country has seen hundreds of new oil and gas rigs spring up. When I met with Secretary Bernhardt, he refused to commit that oil and gas leasing off the coast of California would be excluded under the department's future offshore drilling plan. It is also notable that the department, under the Trump administration, has only permitted 2 solar projects and has requested to cut funding for renewable energy programs. Federal energy policies need to reflect the urgent reality of climate change, and Secretary Bernhardt needs to explain why more oil and gas drilling is appropriate when we should be transitioning away from fossil fuels.
Next, we need to know more about Secretary Bernhardt's own conflict of interest. He's famous for having to carry a piece of paper with him around the office listing all the people and companies he used to represent as a high-priced lobbyist. We already know his former clients are getting the decisions they want from the Interior left and right. We have serious questions about his industry relationships and how the public can believe in his independence. Secretary Bernhardt also needs to explain his lack of transparency. As part of our oversight duties, this committee has submitted 17 requests for documents and information to the Department of Interior since the beginning of the year. So far, since Secretary Bernhardt took over, we've only gotten full responses to 2 of these requests. The Trump administration needs to answer legitimate questions about its policies. Stonewalling Congress and the American people is not acceptable.
Another big issue. Secretary Bernhardt needs to explain this administration's lack of consultation with Native American tribes before making major decisions. When President Trump signed an executive order wiping out huge portions of Bears Ears National Monument and Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument in Utah, tribes that consider some of those lands sacred were shut out of the process until it was too late.
Just the other day, the Government Accountability Office found that many infrastructure projects move forward with little or no input from Indian country. Sometimes this can be as serious as disturbing known tribal burial sites or trying to build an unwanted border wall against tribal wishes.
Under the Trump administration, the American people are wondering whether their public lands are at risk, and they're right to worry. The Trump administration has opened enormous stretches of public land to fossil fuel companies, including in areas that used to be protected as national monuments. Secretary Bernhardt needs to explain why this administration is more concerned with keeping industry happy than protecting our public lands.
The future of our country depends on honest government. Secretary Bernhardt has a lot of questions to answer. We hope you'll join us when we get him on the record.